Mm.
Okay. Fascinating. I've got some questions about what you feel and think and see and hear while you're doing that. But I see what you mean about legibility problem. Can I see the words never was at the top? Never was or ever? What do you
Late,
think?
never was, ever. Oh, never was I ever.
Never was I. Oh yeah, I see I ever.
Okay, I think I can see. Learn.
Oh.
Learn.
Would it sometimes help the questioner to tell him to text us if he can see a familiar word or something?
Oh, okay, I think I can read this. Okay. It says late, never was I ever. Learn to love another.
Okay. I wonder if that means anything to Max. You can use the question box to type in something, Max, if that makes sense to you. I don't think it necessarily has to. While Max has to think about the possible meanings of those words, when it's going, can you feel, oh, it's writing a letter B or a letter T or something? Can you feel what it's doing?
I'm wrong. Sometimes I get an idea what it's writing, but I end up being wrong. One of the things that fascinates me about when I do the automatic writing, for example, when I write an R in my handwriting, it is not like that. I do the R. This is the kind of R.
Yeah, it's a bit of an old-fashioned R, isn't it? But you don't write like that normally. Yeah, okay. Oh, we got a sample of spirit handwriting then.
To the gentleman, whether or not she's saying that late, never was I ever, is that if he would say that that's true, that she was never late. And then she's saying, learn to love another. That, I'm not sure, I can only say that's what I got.
That's what you got, yeah, okay. Oh yeah, so now Max has written again, his wife's name is Amy. I'm not seeing an Amy or anything likely in there, are we?
No, no
Yeah.
name.
Okay, anyway, that's fine. There are more and more people coming on, so I'll just say welcome to you folks. We've done an example. You'll see from that, well, leave it for the moment. I was going to say you'll see from that piece of paper, it's not easy to know exactly what's being said or what relevance it has. But anyway, we can only rely, just, Elaine is just honest, and what you see is what you get. Max is saying, interesting, yes. Okay, let me, well, as a whole, oh, and that's my friend Carla, she keeps adding a bit. I think I've got the question. It's in two parts. You ready for another one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's from a man called Richard Dunsterville. And he says, will my recently deceased friend Jack Ashton's mining properties come into production? Oh, that's a bit of fortune telling in a way, isn't it? Do you like that one? You fancy that one? No, it's getting a bit of a frown. No, okay. I didn't realize when I strung the two halves together, it didn't make that much sense, did it? I've got another source here. Okay, so let's take one from a lady, if you're ready for this one, Elaine. A lady called Alice Ladas, L-A-D-A-S. These are her exact words in the question. My husband believed in past lives and the ability for the dead to contact the living. I'm an agnostic. Can you help him send a message to me? We take that one on?
Concentrate on that question.
Okay, yes. Don't try and get the answer, folks. Just think of the question. Excuse me, folks. Mm-hmm. Okay, before we start deciphering that, then I've got a question. It seems that each spirit has a different handwriting.
Yeah, it looks
I mean, this handwriting isn't anything like the previous.
no.
And also, it seemed a lot faster. This spirit wanted to communicate quite quickly.
The energy that I felt was different too. Can I see that?
Yeah? Can you explain that, or do you want to explain that or not?
Well, it sounds if we are actually connecting with the other, departed entity, then it would be a somewhat some style. Oh my.
Can you bring it more in view for us, which would mean to go up and to your right, so further away from you and slightly to your right. That's fine to the right. Then yeah, maybe stop there, because otherwise we'll lose the bit on the right now. But we can see all 4 lines anyway. So I can see now and always quite clearly, and spoke often on the second line. Anyway, you're the expert. What do you think this says?
Oh, okay. Sometimes it takes me a while to get used to the writing. What? Oh.
What if? Do you see what if?
Oh. Yeah, wait a second. Wow. Okay, this is interesting. Okay. No, I'm guessing some of this easy to read, some of this not.
I think you've got it.
Some of it, yeah.
Oh, we only done the first sheet.
I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to see if this makes sense, really. Okay. If I'm deciphering it correctly, please, what defines us? I think it says no, what we, oh, you know what? We've spoken often. Never are we now and always. Your faith in your beliefs are holding you back. Sometimes somebody else, like Brenda, would just come and sit you and decipher a little bit. Oh, okay. So sometimes I can see, but it looks like that. So it's basically asking, would you listen to me this way if you are yeah, so I think it's basically the way I read it off before was easier than it is now. So and I think it's interesting because the beliefs are what defines us. You know that as we've spoken often. I'm not sure what this word is here. It might be never are we now and always. Your faith in your beliefs are holding you back. Would you be listening to me this way? You are. Well, okay, you are. Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Right. Well, it seems clear enough what the message is. This is for Alice. Can I ask Alice? Sorry.
Is that I think what's the interesting thing about this is what he's saying is that would you listen to me now? And basically, he's asking me, would you ask me this now if you didn't really believe in it?
Yeah. Well, that's a fair question, isn't it? If you didn't believe then, why are you listening to me now? I hope that reinforces something for you, Alice. Yeah. Would you type in an answer for me, and I'll relay it to Elaine when we get the next slot. I presume you. I was going to say, I presume that Alice did spend time talking about this, spoke often, the correspondent said. Yeah?
Did this response so mean anything to her? That's the issue.
Yeah, well, hopefully she'll pop it in either the Q&A, the Q&A box is building up now, faster than I can go. And then there's the chats. Okay. No, gosh, there's so many things to search through, but I'm not getting anything that's an identifiable response from Alice. So sorry about that. But anyway, I think that's quite, if we got nothing else, wow, that is something that, you can see what is happening. Now, when you're doing this, what propels it, Elaine? Do you feel just some energy and your hands want to do this? Oh, what's happened now, Don?
Like my hands are being guided, like the planchette. I've got my hand on the planchette, but it feels like the planchette is where the energy is moving me.
Yeah, and you don't necessarily get at all what the person's saying till the end. You just get impetus. Yeah?
But I'm careful not to. I'm focused on the question. Sometimes ideas come, but I don't let them interfere with the writing.
Yeah, okay, all right, that's fair enough. It's all very fascinating, isn't it, folks? Okay, ready? Shall we find another one while Don, I mean, we need to see the planchette at work, really. So it's Don working on this? He's working to a plan. We can't see the planchette, Don, or the papers.
What?
I'll check. Hold on, please.
Can you see it now?
Nope.
Oh, there. Can you see it now?
Here we go. Yeah, that's it. There we got it. Okay. Good. Now, here's a very, I don't know, my randomizing system isn't working because there's so many comments about the microphone and other things. So I'm being as random as I can, folks. I can't be more honest than that. This is interesting. And I don't know how you feel about this. Do you want to take this one? It's from a man called Joseph Lancaster. Several people, including young children, is put in brackets, have said they can see people in white robes behind me helping me. Is this so? Can I contact them? Do they have something to tell me now? Sounds a bit complex, but a very fascinating question, actually.
And you broke up and just clarify the question for me. There's people in robes behind him.
There are several people, and it includes young children, but obviously then must include some adults too. So people, including some children, have said they can see people in white robes behind him. You got that part, yeah? Elaine, did you get that part from me?
Yes.
Okay, so all right, and the next part is saying, is this so? In other words, are there these white people in white robes? Can I contact them? Do they have something to tell me now? Yes, go for it, yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Gosh, why was that a wow? Could you explain? It looked very intense.
Wow, that was a lot of heavy energy there.
Oh, yeah.
And it went off on the table too.
Yeah.
Wow.
It looks like our view down there.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
It's on the page.
Yeah, I think this is quite big. So can we start in the top left and then work along? We'll have to do this to get all that paper in. Before you start the work of deciphering, Elaine, let's go back to one before. Max Ryban. Two people have come up with a very good suggestion. You remember the message was, it's kind of maybe disturbing, love another. But Sandra and Jana have both suggested maybe Amy was saying to Max, go out and love another, love somebody else, find somebody new. They weren't confessing to adultery. She was saying, go out and find someone new to love. I think those are very good suggestions, Sandra and Jana. I like that. That lightens the tone a little bit, doesn't it? Because I was a bit worried what it actually meant.
Energy. I felt there was more than one energy. In other words, a lot of times when I'm doing this, I just feel it's a single energy source, and this one I felt heavy with more than one.
Interesting.
I'm not sure what it says. Let me just see what it says.
Yeah, this could take a little while.
Wait. Oh boy. That's a you, isn't it?
That's you.
Oh. Have to let go of, just wrote on my table, your preconceived notions. To let go of your preconceived notions for
First.
the word bless you is the end.
Bless you is very clear, isn't it? Yeah, I can see that.
Let go of your preconceived notions
First.
There's a T missing, yeah, but I think that's probably right, isn't it? Yeah. Bless you. Yes.
You're not ready. I don't know what this is saying.
By the way, Eva, I've seen your hand. I will get you to you, sweetheart. I can see it there. Is Brenda good at reading these things?
I take somebody else to look over it as well.
Are they able to get a print?
Oh, okay. Wait, I think it was wait.
Looks like wait.
I'm not
trying to do something with you. I'm not through with you.
No.
I know this says have to let go of your, if I'm following the preconceived notions first, and then it says bless you.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what this is saying here. Wait. Oh, time not. Try not to. Time not right. Okay. This is R-I-C-H. Okay. Time not right. You have to let go of your preconceived notions. Bless you.
You say time not right?
I'm not right. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, when you ask this person, do you have preconceived notions about this?
Yeah. Okay, now I'm very wary about the next step, Elaine. Forgive me if it goes wrong. I'm going to allow somebody to talk, but sometimes a person tries to sort of take over the airwaves, and I just have to cut them off. But you know, let's find out what this lady Eva Segovia wants to say to us. Eva, you may now speak, but please keep it brief. There are over 100 people on this call that don't necessarily want to listen for very long. Can you say something?
I was just wondering whether Mansa, Japan, or Alice Smith have a message specifically for Radha.
I think I've seen that question. If you don't mind, we will come to it, Eva. This, you know, the hand up is not just to, you know, get your question in first. I will deal with it the one after next. That much I promise you. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. It's here in chat somewhere. I did see that. It seemed interesting because I was wondering. It's one of those asking on behalf of somebody else. Now, I saw a rather sweet, sad, almost sad. Did you fancy this one? A man called Chris French. And Chris says, "My name is Chris. Does my daughter Becky know that I love her?" Is this a valid question? I think it's rather sweet. It doesn't say if she's passed or whether she's living with her mom in another continent or what. Do you want to take it or not?
Yeah, it's okay. What's her name again?
The man's name is, well, I presume it's a man, Chris. Does my daughter Becky know that I love her? So Becky is the daughter, and I suppose she'd be the communicant. She's the one we'd want to hear from, I guess.
I do want to say something though. These pens are hard to move on the paper. I know. Normally I use a ballpoint, but to make it visible on here, we're using the you know, the felt tips, and it's a little harder to move. So okay, okay.
Right. So we need a roller ball, ideally, eh?
Yeah. But
Okay.
I'm patient.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Come on then, everybody, concentrate on what Chris wants to know. Does Becky know that he loves her? Right. How did that energy feel? It was interesting. You said the one before was very heavy, probably more than one being trying to connect.
Feels a bit kind of. I'm trying to find the right word here. Sort of teasing, naughty, kind of a little bit.
Maybe Becky was teasing and naughty. Chris will have to tell us. Anyway, what do you make of it? Was she a bit cheeky then, Chris? Cheeky was the English word we'd pick. I don't know what the American equivalent is. Those are the best ones, aren't they, Elaine? Cheeky ones.
Wow. This is interesting. Are you ready for this? It says, not in my way, you think. Your way is not my way. Anyway, just say it the way you mean it and express it my way, which is my way, not yours.
Okay. We didn't promise you, Chris. You take them as they come. She sounds fun, that spirit.
Does that make sense?
If you want to add or comment on that, Chris, please. Oh, hang on, there's something here right at the bottom. Exactly, he said. So whether that was in reply to the... She'd passed, by the way, you probably guessed. Listen, here's an interesting one, which I'm going to take because it's got an interesting question followed by a request. But JC, whoever JC is, has said, do the answers ever come in the form of illustrations, you know, drawings and things like that? Do you ever get those?
Yes, very rarely, but it happens.
Okay, well, I want you to try because JC says, my father, Robert, was an artist and would have been 105 today. Can he message me with a drawing? I'm interested in this one. I've got to find Eva's question in the meantime.
That is a good one.
I think it's an excellent question, yeah.
I'm getting a lot of writing on my table.
You keep going off the edge, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I do.
Just in case. Yeah.
No, I'm not. No. Just so it just covers the table a bit. If it goes off, it doesn't go on the table.
Okay.
Yes, have a couple of side sheets.
New page.
Take that one. So an artist is being asked to express themselves.
I think a drawing will do. The quality isn't the issue.
Is he asking me to have him express himself in an artistic form?
That's not in the question, but if you want to wait a minute till JC responds, he'll tell you. But as I understood it, it wasn't about quality of art, although I suppose he may draw something that would be very characteristic so that JC will know that's definitely my father. You know, he was always drawing squirrels or something like that. I don't know. I shouldn't have said that. But you know what I mean? So I just think, I think a doodle would do fine.
Oh, hold on a second. Just ask him a question for me, will you? Ask him if Gulliver's Travels mean anything to him.
Okay, you probably heard that. Who was it? JC. Does Gulliver's Travels mean anything to you? could you use the Q&A box to type it? It'd be like another pretend question, but I'm looking for your answer. And I hope he's still there. I didn't go home disappointed that we hadn't answered his question. It was only less than 20 minutes ago, so no, I think he's there. Yes, it does. Yay! It means something. So you going to still go for the drawing, or?
Wow.
We've got another message from JC. Listen, he said, kiss it. So, I don't know if that, I hope that's nothing rude, JC. I think you've got a marvelous result there, even just spotting. You perhaps better explain kiss what and who kiss what. What does this say? Let me just say something. Eva, I did promise I'd take your question, and I thought I recognized it, but I can't find it. I've got 3 sources. So would you type it again in the Q&A box, please? And I'll find it. I did promise you I'd take it, so I'm bound to do so. All right, say it's Mills and Boone, is it? No, Mills and Mills and...
So Hills and Dales.
Oh, Hills and Dales. Yeah, could be. Yeah.
Now, not in black and white.
Oh, good.
And then it's got some sort of little image here. I'm not sure what it is. It's in a sort of an oval, and then a up and down, and then it says you and me.
Oh, so it's some kind of the connected icon or something. You know what I thought when I saw it? Humpty Dumpty, you know, a cracked egg. That's just me. I'm weird.
It's a boat.
Oh, you know, JC's explained kiss means keep it simple, stupid. Of course, I should have remembered. But, he's talking to me, not you. He's calling me stupid.
Yeah, but it's the words are saying Hills and Dales, not in black and white, you and me. He's got some kind of image here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's I don't know.
We can see it. No, we can see it clearly. JC might get it. He might get it straight away. JC, it might not come to you for 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, I'm still looking for that written question from Eva, simply because I promised it. But in the meantime, would you consider this question for me, Elaine, because it comes from a lady in Israel, and it must be very late, it must be 3 or 4 in the morning for her by now. Would you consider it? Her name is Miri Roth. Would you consider it?
What's the question?
Yeah, well, I said, would you consider it? Well, I'll give it to you then. Well, it's almost, I mean, in fact, there are various, I think, notes from her, but this one, should I start my business online as a medium or other energy healing modality? Thank you very much, Elaine. Miri Roth, Israel. Well, who are you going to be asking that one? You're not asking some higher power, are we? Should Miri Roth go for it? How would you? Anyway, you're the expert. I'll leave that to you. There was something else from her, though. I think somewhere. Maybe it was in the chats. I don't listen. It's fine to refuse. Maybe it was in the chats then, where I saw Miri before.
She's asking me if she should start be a medium online, is what she's saying.
Yeah, I gather well, I would guess she's kind of got medium skills or abilities, but wants to know, probably because of what we're doing, you know, is online a good medium for this sort of thing? Or is it a bit tricky? Let me go back, see if there's any other clue in her wording. Should I start my business online as a, so her business is as a medium or energy healing modality. Should I start it online? That seems to be the core question. Yeah.
So she wants me to do automatic writing to give the answers. Is there other than use my common sense?
well, I mean, you could just give her the common sense answer. Just go for it, Mary. That's the common sense answer. If you want reassurance that higher power's on your side, we'll see what Elaine is willing to do.
Let's see what answers come. Okay.
Yeah, okay. That's kind of it. And I'm still not finding Eva's question. Eva, I did ask you, honey, if you did. Sorry, I'm interrupting you, Elaine. Sorry. Right. Yes. I was hoping, you know, Don or Brenda would grab the paper because it started to move. Anyway, I was going to light-heartedly say, of course, this may come in the Cyrillic alphabets. It's Israeli, but in it, I can see one who does not quite clearly. You are not one who does not, whatever. So we didn't get it in Cyrillic alphabet, thank goodness.
No.
An issue.
An issue.
Here's Evie. Yeah, okay.
You are one who does not like it, right?
Like it. What was that last funny word?
The distance is not an issue.
Oh, well, I suppose that would fit with online, wouldn't it? I think, you know, it's probably saying you can connect on the internet to anybody in the world. Not a problem.
You are not one who, you are one who does not like it though, right? Doesn't like this.
Yeah, okay. All righty, now I've got a promise. Can we try that, fulfill that promise, then I'll ask you if you're getting tired. I would understand. But Eva, I did say I'll come back. This is her question. Is there a I'll read it to you twice. Is there a specific message from Mansa Japan or Alice Japan? I'll give you the spelling in a minute. Alice Japan Smith for Radha. Can you tell Alice I'm sorry? So we're looking here at J-H-A-P-P-A-N, Mansa Japan or Alice Japan, and then a slash and Smith for Radha. I'm sorry, this is not an easy question because I don't understand a bloody word of it. Anyway, if you could focus, sorry? Do you want to, shall we go slowly again? Is there a specific message? For who is the first question. I presume she means Eva herself. Is there a specific message from Mansa Japan or Alice Japan? And then there's a slash and Smith for Radha that confuses me and confuses everything. Anyway, let's just focus on the first two names. A message from Mansa Japan or Alice Japan. Can you tell Alice I'm sorry? Is that sort of thing going to work possibly?
Can I tell Alice? Is that what she's saying?
Yeah, can you tell Alice I'm sorry? So can you?
I can concentrate on that.
Yeah.
But then just want a response from Alice? I can write, I can say we're sorry, but I don't think that's not somehow.
Well, I suppose something from the other side saying, yes, you know, don't worry about it. This is Alice, you're forgiven, or that kind of thing. And that's a bit of a tricky one, isn't it? I did promise I'd go back to Eva's question, but.
So is somebody asking if an apology is being accepted?
No, a message.
No, the message is, I am sorry. And believe, like I said, it's not clear, but I believe Eva's message is to Alice Japan, and she's saying, I am sorry. She's saying to Alice, I am sorry. That seems to be going a bit in the wrong direction, doesn't it?
See what Alice has to say.
I mean, the best we're going to get is Alice saying, fine, don't worry about it. Go for it anyway. I'm sorry, that's a tricky one. Oh, I see. Eva's sent in a slight explanation.
Ooh.
Love. Okay, well, I hope that is from Alice. I've got a slight clarification. Thank you, sweetheart, for doing that. Got a slight clarification from Eva. Mansa Oh, no, sorry, hang on, looking at the wrong bit. Yes, Alice Japin remarried as Smith Farada. Smith Farada. So it's the same person. Alice or Mrs. Smith, anyway, Alice Smith. What do we think?
Okay, here's what it says. You ready for this? Words are not enough. Send it, I think it says, to me with love.
Oh, okay. I think that's a beautiful message. Thank you. Elaine, how are you doing, sweetheart? We've been at it, you know, an hour and 20 minutes. You're starting to feel tired?
I'm okay.
You're okay? Well, we'll do
I'll tell you
it.
if it,
Yeah, once you get to the point you don't want to deal with anymore. Let me see. Okay, there's a sweet question which and I'm not going to give the lady's name unless we do take it on, but it's you know, somebody's passed who obviously she's missing, and is there anything specific I need to ask forgiveness for? I've been working on myself and don't want to leave anything undone. To me that's a bit sad, because you know, to put it back to what's his name, Bob, you know, Bob might be still holding a grudge. He shouldn't be, Paige. And if you work on yourself and clean yourself up, it's up to him to come in line with you. But what do you think? That seems to me a loaded and tricky question, Elaine. Is it the sort of thing you try and take on?
what she wants to know. What does she want to really know?
Well, I mean, what would it, I mean, being logical, what would it mean that something that she did bad that she doesn't know about? It would be meaningless in a way, wouldn't it? You know, like if Bob's carrying around some grudge and he dislikes her for something she did that she doesn't even know about, I'd say, go get a life, Bob. I don't want to be rude, my dear, but
I would tell it. Yeah,
can you see?
maybe that's not. As a therapist, I might handle that very differently than.
Yeah, no, I bet you would. I bet you'd handle it a bit closer. All right, let's. By the way, Gulliver's Travels was a book that JC and Father read as a child. Isn't that interesting? Well done for getting that. That's amazing. Oh, Miri, is her mother tongue's Hungarian, not Israeli or Cyrillic alphabet. Thank you for clarifying, my dear. All right, I've got so many lists. You know, I've got people even wrote in beforehand, although I've tried to favor the people that sent live questions. Let me get to one quickly, because otherwise you're going to start feeling. Oh, excuse me. Here's a sad one from Amanda. Her father passed away only 2 weeks ago on his way to visit her. That's sad. He never got there. Does he have a message for me? Amanda. Her father died too.
Sorry, he broke up a bit.
Okay, all right. The lady's called Amanda. Her father passed away 2 weeks ago. He was going to visit her when he died in process. And obviously she's very upset. It's very recent. Does he have a message for me, is her question. Amanda. Okay. How did that one feel?
A bit of kind of negative, positive. I don't know. So let's see.
Yeah. Well, it reads nicely.
And spirit came
Came ahead.
ahead
Of me.
of you, and
I will be with you.
with you.
Do not weep. Does it say?
Do not weep.
Do not
Sleep and dreams.
weep in sleep. Dream your
Got that? And I found mine.
trying to figure out.
Something about watch yourself on the bottom right.
Dream your life.
Watch your steps. No.
Yeah. Oh, watch yourself now.
Now. Oh, yeah, could be. Yeah, watch yourself. Or could that be the same as take care of yourself or something, couldn't it? Anyway, it's interesting you felt strange, you know, in different energies swinging either way. Elena, I'm going to ask you one more shortly because we've done an hour and a half. But you remember Alice Ladders that we did early on? She's emailed in a message which they've slipped to me from behind the screen. Let me read it to you. I found the experience very interesting, and I wish I were tech savvy enough to have been able to answer you on Zoom. The message you got from my departed husband, Harold, was very much the kind of thing he would have said when he was alive. Interesting. Thank you very much for giving us an opportunity to, well, he's thanking you really, giving us an opportunity to witness what this kind of ability looks like. And by chance that you picked my question. Right, so that's Alice Ladas, and she works as a somatic psychologist in New Mexico. There's a lovely message for you, Elaine. Yeah. Now I want you to do one indirectly for me because of the person, and it should be touch wood, straightforward. There's a man called Stan Huber who's been at my house more, I think certainly one occasion, more than one, I think, lives in Chicago or somewhere up that way. Stan is asking you, does my recently departed brother Herbert Joseph Huber have any message for me?
Joseph?
Yeah, Herbert
Herbert.
Joseph Huber. And Stan, who is asking the question, goes, I can't remember the name of it, but a spiritualist group. He goes weekly. They do breathing exercises and meditations. So.
No, I'm sorry. Sometimes things pop into my head and shut up.
Well, you're still going to take a crack at it. Yeah, okay.
Whoa.
Okay. Well, I can read the first line. Look in the mirror and see yourself. I'm getting good at this now. Let's see what you make of it, Elaine, anyway.
Mirror and see yourself as others see you.
Yeah.
See you and let go of. Is that vanity?
Looks like the memory.
No. Oh, no.
Let go of the memory of me, is it?
Vanity. Not. I'm not sure what it is. Or in the way of self and let's put it on a nice picture of it. Can't read this one at all. Let me see if I can ask you to clarify that, okay?
See yourself as others see you. That's fairly clear.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of philosophy Brother would have had.
Maybe it would be phrased it or something. I don't want to make a wild guess on that. Sorry, can't do that one.
Well, let's hope Stan got enough from that anyway, enough comfort. Elena, I was thinking of stopping, but Viv would never forgive me if I didn't give you this question. And of course, you can refuse it, but it's a brilliant question. It's from Michelle and Marty. And there are 4 people, Mother and Father B, and Isa and Grandfather C. That's 4 individuals who have passed, okay? And the question from Michelle and Marty is, can these 4 people see and hear us from their vantage point? That's up there, I suppose. Could they be able to help solve the mystery of the missing family treasures? Yay! You probably get a cut if it works. In order that justice may prevail is appended in brackets at the end. But I think this is a fascinating question if you can take it on, Telly.
Yeah.
Right. Well, somewhere it's hidden somewhere and they want to know where, I guess. Uh, but if they can say anything that would help solve the mystery, that doesn't necessarily mean as extreme as saying it's in the chimney breast, the fourth brick from the left. It might be just, you know, smoke and fire, so that the person thinks, oh, it's in the chimney breast. So they're not asking, you know, childish question like, tell us exactly where to dig. But let me repeat the names, okay? There's Mother and Father B and Isa and Grandfather C. Those are the 4 individuals who've passed, if you can connect one or all of them.
And they want to know where to find the family treasures.
Well, yeah, the exact wording is, could they be able to help us solve the mystery? The answer would be nice, but they're not saying, tell us where to dig.
All right, never know what comes through that.
Ooh, everyone? Is that
A
a
lot of sense. I think somebody, if you've got a sense of humor. Yes. Okay, let's see.
I can see right under your noses. Smell, and then is that within distance on the end of the third line? Within distance?
You see.
Seek.
Oh, you see. Okay.
Yeah, you seek and you shall find.
No joke.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Happy treasures are right under your noses. Smell.
Within distance.
Is it within distance?
Yes, within distance.
Something, and is that bookkeeping to be?
Oh, book. Oh, look and bookkeeping to be done. Bookkeeping to be done. Huh? Yeah,
Well,
it's book and bookkeeping to be done. I'm not sure what this is.
Something doesn't be ought to be done. Oh, it's a little tough. That last couple words.
maybe there are millions hidden in Bent accounting somewhere.
Right under,
It says bookkeeping quite clearly.
I'm not sure what this word is.
which one, Bluff? The one on the end there?
Yeah.
Brenda, what do you think? I can't, looks like to be, bookkeeping to be, that last one there.
Let me have just if I can. Could you please clarify this for me? Energy. Be done and be do.
Went out there. Oh, she's still reading.
And add it up. Get it. Yeah, it's good. And it's only got one AD, but it's up. I think that's it. Get it. So that when I was trying to pull that back, the energy felt different. So,
Yeah, so may not be.
about
What do you think that? I mean, that last word looks, it looks scatologic. Looks like the word shit. What do you think it could be? No, it does. It looks like that. That's how it's written. But maybe it's meant to be something else. Although thinking back to under your noses and smell, maybe there's some hidden at the bottom of the latrine or something.
Well, click. It might be click. Click. Oh, you know what? This could be added.
Add it up. Add it
Add it
up.
up.
Bookkeeping and to be done and add it up.
Quick.
That last word that I just pronounced doesn't look like quick though, does it? It does look like an SH and I think almost incontrovertibly a T at the end. I'm not seeing a U. If it's quick, I'm not seeing a U, are we?
G. Oh, come on, give me a clear here. Come on.
Oh, we're going for one more clarification, yeah?
Well, let's get it. Now, come up, speak
through you.
I had, yeah.
So they don't
I
want
had a
to
feeling before I started to write, I almost had a feeling like it wanted me to speak and not do this.
say it as words, you mean? Speech.
Yeah.
Is that what you meant? Mm-hmm. Any words come to mind? Do the Freudian thing. Give me the first thing that pops into your mind when I click. What was it?
I think he's saying that you folks just don't get it. It's already in the book.
Oh,
You know.
okay. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, we're coming up to 2 hours late. I propose to make that it. I'd like to ask you a question now, which, you know, this was an experiment for you. We tried it. I think it's been wonderfully successful, but what do you think? What is your view of what we've done here?
It's been interesting, and I don't know how accurate or meaningful some of the answers were to people because I was not in the same room with them and they're not able to share. But it's been interesting in that it's pretty much the same, but different in the way that my connection with the questioner would be more physical if they were in rooms. But apparently, it's like that one answer comes distance doesn't make a difference, you know.
I think all the numbers help the energy.
Huh?
All the numbers of people help the energy because there's a lot of people. I'm seeing 60, 70 people.
Oh, no, it was more than that. There was over 120 people here. I think there was a lot of power and people behind you. It was interesting because you were connecting with these energies. I mean, of course you were, but you had sort of different energies that felt different and so on. So although we're all technically wired up, you to the people on the other side is much the way you've always done it then, isn't it, really? So we've learned something with that.
Thing to me, Keith, is that some of the answers came through pretty quickly. Because some of my experiences in the past, I have to wait a while, to get the answers. And so, in a way, maybe this way it might be easier for people to connect than if, being in a more exclusive environment. But I don't know.
We call it psychic texting.
Maybe spirit is getting it. You need to get a move on these days. We're all in a hurry. We want some instant enlightenment. You might have billions of years up there, but we've only got a few, so get on with it. Anyway, listen, Alex. Sorry, go on.
They felt it, Martha, because it seems to drag a bit as compared to
well, we can continue to experiment with, the ideal writing stylus, I guess. But I want to thank you.
see is the accuracy and the meaningfulness of the answers, you know, that's more important than anything else.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to thank you very sincerely from the heart. I found it a wonderful experience, and people that follow me now follow you. I sent out a piece that you'd written earlier today, so everyone's got a number at the bottom. But those of you who look at the recordings, or are still, I mean, there's still a lot of people with us, we'll follow up. But there, I can't tell you, Ellen, we got dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of questions that we just couldn't get to. I think we did about 12 or 15, so that was damn good going anyway. We may have to do this again. Don't get you creaking in your shoes. But anyway, lots of love, and thanks so much for coming along and exposing yourself to, you know, to the situation. And we've learned with you, but you are the pioneer here, so well done, and I thank you very much.
It was fun and interesting, and hopefully rewarding for everyone who participated.
Yeah, sure it was. And all right, so thanks to Don and Brenda too in the background there. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to you folks who are still here, still with us. That's the end of the webinar. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.